Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we are diving deep into a truly landmark book, Julia Cameron's The Artist's Way. Now, don't let the title fool you. This isn't just for people who call themselves artists. It's actually a 12-week course designed to help you, me, anyone, recover their creativity from all the stuff that's holding it back.
So let's just start with the question that's really at the heart of this whole journey. Think about it for a second. Your answer right now has probably been shaped by years and years of what other people have told you or what you've told yourself.
You know, when people ask Julia Cameron if everyone is creative, her answer is just simple, clear. It's yes. And this whole explainer is really built on the idea that her yes applies to you too. And here's the core idea, the really radical premise of this whole thing. Creativity isn't something you have to go out and find or earn. It's already in you. Cameron says it's a natural part of who you are. But life, doubt, fear, they all have a way of building up walls and blocking the flow. The goal here isn't to invent something new. It's just to clear the path.
So, like any great adventure, the first step is to face the challenge. And for someone trying to recover their creative self, that challenge shows up in a lot of different forms. We'll start with a version of ourselves that's been kind of living in the shadows.
First up, we have to meet our shadow artist. This is that part of us that absolutely loves creativity but is just too scared to claim it. You know who I'm talking about. It's the lawyer who secretly dreamed of being a novelist, or the manager who was once a really talented musician. They end up admiring art from a distance, stuck in that world of what-ifs.
But you know, there's an even tougher enemy out there. And this one doesn't live down the hall or in another city. Nope, this one lives right inside your own head.
Cameron gives this inner critic a name, the censor. I love this idea. Think of it like a piece of old survival software that's still running in your brain, constantly scanning for danger. And to the censor, any new, original, or vulnerable idea is a massive threat that it needs to shut down immediately.
The censor's attacks feel so real, but here's the secret. They're just beliefs. They're not facts. And the way you fight back is by consciously and actively replacing those negative thoughts with positive ones. We call them affirmations. Yeah, it feels a little weird at first, but it is absolutely essential for creating a safe space for your inner artist to finally come out and play.
Okay, so we've identified the enemy within. Now, our guide, Julia Cameron, she gives us two incredibly powerful, and I mean non-negotiable tools to win this fight.
These are the two pillars of the whole program, the morning pages and the artist state. You can think of it like this. One is for taking out all the mental trash, and the other is for refilling the tank. It's this beautiful, simple rhythm of output and input, of clearing out and taking in.
All right, let's break this down. The morning pages, what are they? It's simple. 3 pages of whatever's in your head, written by hand, first thing when you wake up. And here's the key. They are not art. This isn't writing with a capital W.
This quote just nails the whole point of the pages. They're a brain drain. The goal is just to dump all of that petty, anxious, boring chatter onto the page to get it out of your way. And once you clear out all that static, well, that's when you can finally hear your own quiet, authentic voice underneath.
The second tool is the artist state. This is a weekly solo adventure that you take with your inner artist. It is a protected block of time just for you two to go play and fill up your creative well. It's a non-negotiable act of taking care of yourself.
And the artist state is all about discovery, not about spending a ton of money. It's about following your curiosity, whether that leads you to a hardware store, a new neighborhood, or maybe a weird little museum. The whole point is just to spend some quality time alone with yourself, stocking up your imagination with new images, sounds, and ideas.
Of course, this journey of creative recovery isn't just about what's going on inside. You are absolutely going to run into some dragons out in the real world. And one of the most dangerous is a type of person Cameron calls a crazy maker.
Oh, you know these people. Crazy makers are the ones who just thrive on drama and chaos. They're often really charming and magnetic, but they suck the energy out of everyone around them to fuel their own endless crises. For an artist who needs focus and calm, they are pure poison. Learning to recognize these patterns is so important. A crazy maker will totally mess up your schedule, blame you for it, and then act like they have no idea what you're talking about. Spotting this behavior is the first crucial step to protecting your creative energy. But back inside our own heads,
that dragon of perfectionism is just as deadly. It's that voice that tells you your work has to be a masterpiece right from the get-go. And that impossible standard makes it terrifying to even begin, right? It stops you before you can even make a wonderfully bad first draft.
But here is the good news. If you use the tools, if you face the dragons, and you stay on the path, the rewards of this journey are absolutely life-changing.
This might be the most important principle of faith in the entire process of creative recovery. It's a promise, really. A promise that when you take small, committed steps towards your dreams, the universe will actually rise up to support you in ways you never could have expected.
And that support? It often shows up as something called synchronicity. You know, you admit you want to learn to play the guitar, and the next day a friend offers you their old one for free. You need one specific rare book for a project, and you just happen to find it in a used bookstore. These aren't just random coincidences. Cameron says this is the net appearing. But ultimately, this whole journey isn't just about making more stuff. It's about building a deeper connection with your true, authentic self. You start to see that the process of recovering your creativity is actually the process of consciously and deliberately creating your own life. And so we're going to leave you with this final, powerful question from Julia Cameron. It's a question that just dismantles that huge wall of perfectionism and gives you the one thing every single creative journey needs: permission to just begin.